My name is Miguel, and I am with JVS Medium Productions.
Hi, Miguel.
Hi. I don't know if we can swear, but I'll censor myself going holy censor word. This is awesome. I it's first of all, it's an honor and pleasure to talk to you. Good morning to everybody. And so this is a big thing. My first question is, when did this production started playing? Because it takes a few years to get for casting, to get the finance and all that stuff. And in the midst of all this, we still have Marvel and DC going on. So my question is to both the creators, Mr. Vaughan, Mr. Chiang, and also Mr. Rogers. When did the ball start rolling for you to start this show?
Oh, I guess. I mean, there was interest in adapting it almost right away when we released the book back in, when did it come out, Cliff? 2000,
15, I think.
2015.
Right.
So right away, people were interested. I think, which was shocking to Cliff and me. We didn't ever anticipate this being anything other than a comic book, but right away there was interest, and I'm just so grateful that we got a chance to sort of finish the comic first.
Yes.
We got to sort of have here, this is our version. And yeah, then when it was done, I think it gave us this sort of freedom to say, we've told the story exactly the way we want it to. Now we want you to take it and run with it and go to places that we weren't able to, that we maybe didn't have time or the capability in comics to go to. And yeah, it's been a thrilling couple of past few years watching it come to life.
Beautiful. Before I go any further, I've seen these interviews go before, so if I say anything that might sound repetitive or you get more similar questions, I apologize in advance.
No
No
worries.
problem. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Um, and so Mac has a Walkman, and I'm always intrigued when it comes to characters or just people who come up with stories and characters. And she may have a variety of likings and songs. My question now is for each individual of you, what's one song from the 80s that speaks so much of you that it may not encompass you all the way, but if someone was to meet you and you'd be like, this song or this band or this artist is who I am. If you want to know more about me, listen to this.
Oh, the 80s. Cliff, you got a
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I think early on, I made a mixtape for everybody on the show team, and sent one out to Brian as well with all my favorite 80s jams. And one of them was Chains of Love by Erasure. I think being open to queerness and other people's orientations and identities is really important, and only becoming more so. And it wasn't something that I necessarily caught on to when I first heard the song, and was 12 or 13, but it has grown to mean a lot to me.
Beautiful.
if we're going 80s specific, I just had a vivid memory of 1984 of my babysitter, Diane, calling a radio station over and over again to request Van Halen's Jump. And to just see this young woman's dedication of how badly she needed to hear this song, it just seems so cool to me and so interesting. And it just, whenever I hear it, I think about my babysitter, Diane, in the 1980s.
That's sweet.
And I think I'm going to get in just under the wire here, but I want to say Nirvana doing that cover of Love Buzz. Just
wow,
nice. that was the band that, for so many of us, I know it's so on the nose, but just kind of ripped something open. And that was like getting deeper into their catalog, like finding out more than just that first album. Finding out it stretched back into the 80s was part of falling in love with them. So I'll say that.
That's awesome. Yeah, my father grew up in the 80s, so almost anything I got from him was from that era and the 60s and 70s. So that's cool to hear the variety of choices.
Nice.
I have to admit that there are some T2 vibes because I've only seen the first 4 episodes I got with this show. I mean, and I'll hopefully if Sophia doesn't get mad at me, I'll tell her I got John Connor vibes right out of her character.
Yeah.
And Adina, she was a T1000 to to one point. I looked at my friends, you're like, yo, like just put the music on from T2 and that's it right there. And the best compliment is
You're not wrong. No, you're not wrong. Yeah. Yeah.
And before I have to unfortunately conclude our talk, Mr. Rogers, thank you for doing this, because in the world of Marvel and DC, this stuff is getting released weekend and weekend off, or Monday or month off. And it's nice when something new that, yes, Marvel and DC are still cool, but it's nice to get a fresh story once in a while out into the world and still experience something like these characters once in a while. And to Mr. Chiang, congratulations on this. I know this is a big thing for creators to get something adapted. Mr. Vaughan, thank you for leading the way with this. And I have to tell you, because I don't know if I'll ever meet you, Barrier means so much to me as Latino. That story, it was like watching Arrival and my parents' journey to America. So I have to go. I wish you the best with the show. Hopefully it's successful, and hopefully this means just the beginning for creative and independent comic books onwards. Thank you very much.
That means a lot. Thanks so much.
Thank you so much. This was awesome.
Thank you. Take
Let
care.
Amazon know about Barrier. Maybe you'll see that on their next hit show.
I hope so.
Nice.
Falling out the top of the moon. I can see the skyline, 50 mile radius on my timeline. Ain't nothing on my mind. Oh Lord.